On the news, 10 maritime workers abducted along Bonny Port Harcourt waterway. Court fixes September 11 for trial and ruling on bail for End Bad Governance protesters. And police declare Britain a Nigerian wanted for allegedly plotting to overthrow Tinubu. Thank you for joining us on News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Simisola Chikun. At least 10 maritime travelers are feared to have been abducted by sea pirates along the Bonny Port Harcourt waterway. The district chairman, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, River State District, Israel Pepple, confirmed the incident to newsmen on Monday, saying the matter has been reported to security agencies. To this effect, the Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, has mandated the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations, DCP Olugbenga Adepoju, and the DPOs in that area to make sure the victims regain their freedom as soon as possible. As petrol queues persist in filling stations across major cities in the country, motorists and commuters have voiced their deep frustration over the lingering crisis as they implore relevant stakeholders to address the supply shortfall urgently to prevent local disruption of economic activities. Their complaints trail the disclosure by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC Limited that it owes petrol suppliers the sum of $6 billion, saying it is facing financial strains due to petrol supply costs. In this report, TV360 Sydney Okafor speaks to motorists and commuters in Lagos to get their reactions and how they cope with the current situation.
Throughout Lagos, vehicle owners have formed long queues in filling stations as they anxiously wait to fill their tanks. While major marketers are dispensing fuel, independent marketers are largely shut down their station due to lack of products. Meanwhile, price of the commodity keeps rising in fuel stations owned by independent marketers. The room for the persistent scarcity is no longer far-fetched as the NNPC Limited has finally acknowledged that it is battling financial strain due to petrol supply costs which pose a threat to the sustainability of fuel supply. There are indications that the pump price of petrol may rise due to this challenge, which will consequently prompt an increase in transportation fares.
Both the transported and not the transported, it affected every business in this country. Not only you. Even you yourself that ask me question, it affects your business all. So that we all know that. Government know well about that. Government know the situation, the step that we take so that we will not affect the I and you.
Go to filling station and buy 5 liter of fuel. They will collect 1,000 naira for the keg, just ordinary 5 liter. When you buy that 5 liter of fuel, how many trips that you use that 5 liter go? When maybe that 5 liter will take you maybe one go come. That one go come, how much you will use it make? You cannot use it to make anything. For we that are going to use it to work. Because if you are going to queue for filling station that you want to pay less, you will spend 3-4 hours. So if you lose 4 hours on your daily work, how will you meet up with your oga money? How will you get your own money? So you don't have option than to instead of losing, if you have lose 4 hours, the turn has gone. So the best thing for you is either you sleep on the filling station to buy that one, or you buy black market so that you see the one to work.
For commuters, the hike in the bus fare is biting hard as they struggle with the situation.
When I'm coming out from my place now, I will take bus of 100 naira to here. Then I will take bus of 300 naira to Abuja, my working place. Then coming back, I will take bus of 400 naira going to Oshodi. Then I will drop here, take bus of 200 naira here. How much drink is that in a day? I cannot trek now, so I have to provide for the tea fare. I have to make sure that I remain, even though it's my last card, it's my last money. I will make sure that tea fare, because if I'm working, I can get money from there.
Prices of fuel, it's nothing to write home about now. And this is causing a lot of Nigerians. It's causing us problems because, as you can see, the vehicles are charging high as a result of high price of petroleum. And this is getting worse on a daily basis. So as it is, we have no choice than to do the needful. And we don't know what the government are planning to do to ensure that these things are settled and the things are into normality. But I must be sincere, it's not funny.
As Nigerians continue to complain over lingering fuel crisis, the NNPCL assures it is actively collaborating with relevant government agencies and other stakeholders to ensure a consistent supply of petroleum products nationwide. Sydney Okafor, TV360, Lagos.
Let's discuss this recent disclosure of its $6 billion debt by the NNPCL with oil and gas expert Dave Yere. Thank you, sir, for sparing time. Now, first, the NNPCL had denied that it's facing a challenge, and now it has finally disclosed it is owing as much as $6 billion. What's your reaction to this huge debt profile?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm happy that they've come up now to accept the fact that they are owing suppliers and marketers $6 billion. Yes, it's bound to happen because governments have been borrowing money and using the crude oil to front load the loan, to secure the loan they have been having in the past. And that's something that is giving us a big, giving the government a big challenge. If you spend the amount you're supposed to get from the oil you have not produced, and now you need that money to bring in refined products, and you spend that money for loan, then how do you get money to fund the refined products that you are bringing from outside the country? It's going to cause a lot of problem. And the other time I talked about the cost of bringing PMS into this country is over 1,200 now. They not sustain it, and they don't have even money to buy. And if they want to bring now, how will they pay for it? That's the issue. It's a very big challenge to Nigerians, to Nigerian economy, to the workers, and to every household, because we all use petroleum refined products.
Right. So there are indications that this situation, if not quickly sorted out, will see petrol price skyrocket to as high as 2,000 naira per litre. Do you think it can get this worse? And what can be done, to prevent this from happening?
It can get worse, actually, if not checked properly. Government needs to find a way to get money to settle the people that are owing, so that they can bring in petrol, bring in a PMS at a reasonable price into the country. Yes, it's going to cost as much as that, because even people are buying 1,500 right now. The price is 950 naira per litre. Some are selling even 970, and that is also called official rate. But they're not even getting it from the filling stations. So they need to buy from outside. People are buying 2,000 already. If not checked, it will definitely increase the pump price of fuel. What the government should do is to look for ways to get money to pay the one they are owing and be able to bring in a PMS. NNPCL has not taken monopoly of bringing fuel into this country instead of allowing other people to bring. So they have to find a way to pay the money to win and bring in more fuel into this country, because if we have good supply, then the price will stabilize. As we have little supply and high demand, the price will skyrocket. That's economic theory. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much. Hopefully the situation doesn't get any worse while the NNPC, reaches an agreement with the marketers. Oil and gas expert Dave Yere, thank you, sir, for your contribution as always. Moving on, still on the NNPCL debt, the APC Youth Solidarity Network has called for the resignation of the Group Chief Executive Officer Mele Kyari over the company's admission to owing over $6 billion. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, the president of the group, Olalekan Isaac, described Kyari's tenure as one full of leadership failures while expressing dismay over the NNPCL's initial denial of owing the debt and to later admitting the staggering amount. He further cited lack of transparency, accountability and fiscal prudence on the part of Kyari.
Mr. President, we implore you to do 3 important things. First, facilitate the immediate resignation of Mr. Mele Kyari as Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, thereby ending his tenure of questionable leadership. Secondly, initiate a comprehensive, impartial investigation into NNPC financial dealings, aiming to unravel the circumstances surrounding the staggering $6 billion US debt. Thirdly, implement stringent measures to prevent similar occurrences in the future, ensuring the corporation's fiscal discipline and transparency. Instead of producing marketable petrol for domestic consumption, this facility is compelled to export other fuels abroad, exacerbating our nation's energy woes. This critical moment in our history as a nation serves as a clarion call for transformative change, heralding a new era of transparency, accountability, and visionary leadership. We fervently implore Mr. Mele Kyari to relinquish immediately his position, which seemed to have been mismanaged, paving the way for fresh leadership that embodies the sacred values of openness, integrity, and responsibility that our citizens rightfully deserve.
The Federal High Court has fixed September 11 for the trial and ruling on bail application for the #EndBadGovernance protesters who were arraigned in Abuja on Monday. In the 6 counts filed by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, the 10 protesters are accused of acting in concert and conspiring with the intention to destabilize the country to commit a felony between July 1 and August 4, 2024. Egbetokun says the offense is contrary to Section 95 and punishable under Section 97 of the Penal Code.
As Nigerians, we have to be guided before we take action, because a person will come with an ulterior motive, like the British citizen, that is Andrew Martin Wine, aka Andrew Pochi. He came with his ideas. You will discover that he has brought books, revolutionary books. These are the type of books he circulated, so for his followers to read. You can see, if you read this book, there are revolutionary ideas inside. So, and he brought them, he shared it to his members. Some were sold. Look at a book as big as this, you will discover that some of them were sold at 200 naira. Ordinarily you cannot buy a book like this for 200.
There must be a procedure, and we are in a democratic government which we abide by the constitution and the laws of this country. They have been arraigned today and they have pleaded no guilty. And also, although the court has adjourned the matter for the ruling because we moved their bail application, and this is the only thing that we would do. And we have moved their bail application, and also the court has already adjourned the matter to 11 of this month for ruling. I think that's the position.
When Bello, Tuji and other terrorists and bandits are on TikTok having fun and abducting people in a country, in a country where we are battling insecurity, where we should be arraigning terrorists and bandits. Not even one terrorist in the last 1 year have been arraigned. The protesters have been arraigned. I don't know what they are afraid of. So we are happy that they have been arraigned, and we will not say any other thing that will be sub judice, and we will leave the rest for the courts.
Meanwhile, the police high command has declared a British national, Andrew Wine, and Nigerian citizen Lucky Obiyan wanted for allegedly plotting to overthrow the government led by President Bola Tinubu. Spokesperson for the force, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, who disclosed this at the force headquarters Abuja, says the British rented a space at Labour House Abuja for an Eva Valley bookshop and established Stars of Nations schools as a cover for his subversive activities. Adejobi told journalists that documentary evidence and confessions have revealed that Andrew Wine issued directives, monitored progress of the August protest, and provided finance and operational guidance to achieve unconstitutional regime change in Nigeria. The police PRO further disclosed that Wine and his local coordinator Bian have fled the country since the investigations began. We'll take a short break, but still to come on News Now, Poland holds state burial for victims of Nazi Germany's World War II massacres. We'll give details when the news returns.
Get ready for the 8th edition of the Voice of Women Conference and Awards, VOW 2024. Theme, Achieving Women's Inclusion for a Sustainable Nigeria. Mark your calendar for Thursday, 3rd of October 2024, 9 a.m. at the NAV Conference Center, Abuja, Nigeria. And be part of a national dialogue bringing together grassroots and urban women in the quest for inclusion and sustainability in Nigeria. VOW 2024 is more than just a conference, it's a powerful movement. VOW 2024, an initiative of Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and Women Radio, is where diverse women groups converge to champion inclusive policies and drive national development.
Welcome back. Let's take you through our top stories. At least 10 maritime travelers are feared to have been abducted along the Bonny Port Harcourt waterway. The district chairman, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Rivers State District, Israel Pepple, confirmed the incident to newsmen on Monday, saying the matter has been reported to security agencies. We also told you that the Federal High Court has fixed September 11 for the trial and ruling on bail application for the #EndBadGovernance protesters who were arraigned in Abuja on Monday. In the 6 counts filed by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, the 10 protesters are accused of acting in concert and conspiring with the intention to destabilize the country to commit a felony between July 1 and August 4, 2024. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. Well, it's time for business news. Joy Uchejim is on standby. Joy, what's the latest on Nigeria's foreign debt?
Well, thanks, Simi. Well, Nigeria has spent $2.78 billion on servicing foreign debt in the first 7 months of 2024, according to the International Payment Statistics of the Central Bank of Nigeria. This amount is 64% of the total $4.36 billion official dollar payments made between January and July 2024 by the Apex Bank on behalf of the Nigerian government. In the same period last year, Nigeria spent 46% of its total international payments on debt service, which means that there is an increase of 39.13% in 2024. And Premium Trust Bank has held its inaugural annual general meeting. The first AGM since the bank commenced operations in April 2022 took its place at its headquarters at Victoria Island in Lagos. The event brought together the board of directors and key stakeholders to review the bank's performance for the 2023 financial year and discuss future strategies. TV360's Okpeyemi Owosheni has more on the story.
Since launching in April 2022, Premium Trust Bank, one of Nigeria's new generation banks, has rapidly expanded its footprint nationwide, making it the fastest growing bank in Nigeria. The annual general meeting is the bank's first since its inception. It was convened to review the audited financial statement for the year ended December 31st, 2023, declare dividend and appoint auditors. In his opening remark, the chairman of Premium Trust Bank acknowledged all the shareholders present at the AGM, as well as the presence of representatives from the Central Bank of Nigeria. He highlighted the bank's strategic use of technology to achieve significant growth in a short span of time.
Right from the beginning, we started this bank. We decided not to be like every other bank. You know, it's a regulated, highly regulated business, but there were things we decided that we will do differently. Number one, the speed of execution of any deal, any transaction, it will be second to none. And we have carried that through. And it is part of the reasons we are delivering these great results. Number two, we don't produce or have generic products that we run by our customers. We co-create solutions with our customers. And so every customer, you can just feel the pulse of customers that you know that do banking with us. You will discover that the kind of services they get from us, they don't get them elsewhere. And of course, this is a bank that is seriously given to technology.
Despite daunting challenges in the banking sector and the broader economy, Premium Trust Bank reported impressive results for the 2023 financial year, achieving a profit before tax of 14.1 billion naira.
We had to look at our performance, our results in the past year. Recall that Premium Trust Bank, started operations 2022, and in our first full year that ended 31st December 2023, we posted an unprecedented 14.1 billion PBT, which is a record in the industry. And then looking at all of the ratios, it shows clearly that the bank is moving in the right direction.
The directors then recommended a dividend of 15 kobo per share for the shareholders.
Customers deposit well over 260 billion. And then you look at the earnings, and of course we had to also propose a dividend today, at the AGM, because the shareholders had to go home with some dividends from the profit that was generated last year.
Looking ahead, the bank is optimistic the 2024 financial year will bring in more successes.
What we did in 2023, the numbers are already looking that way, and hopefully by the time we come back here next year, I'm sure there will be so much to be excited about.
With his unprecedented growth in 2023, Premium Trust Bank already has its eyes set on meeting the new capital requirement of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The management of the bank says it remains confident of meeting the requirements way before the deadline. Okpeyemi Owosheni, TV360 News, Lagos.
We'll take a short break and return with stock market reports. Welcome back. It's the first trading day of the week and the Nigerian stock market has closed on a positive note, continuing the bullish trend from last week with a 0.22% increase. The market capitalization now stands at a robust 55.5 trillion naira. Now, Owando led the gainers with a 9.95% share price appreciation, followed by industrial and medical case gases. Now, in total, over 498 million shares in over 13,000 deals, corresponding to a market value of about 11 billion naira were traded. Now, when compared to the previous NGX trading day, today's data shows 13% decline in volume and a 65% decline in turnover, which is quite ironic, seeing as we closed the market in the greens. Now, turning to the global equities, it's a similar tale for Japan's Nikkei and the US Dow Jones, as they ended on a positive note, while the UK's FTSE closed in the bearish territory. Now, in the foreign exchange market, the naira saw a dip against the US dollar, trading at 1,635 naira on the black market. The British pound is valued at 2,113 naira and the euro at 1,718 naira on the black market. That's your business and stock market update. Simi, over to you for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Joy. And on the foreign scene, Poland has held a state burial for the remains of more than 700 victims of Nazi Germany's World War II mass executions that were recently uncovered in the so-called Valley of Death in the country's north. The observances in the town of Koinitsa began with a funeral mass at the basilica, leading to an interment with military honors at the local cemetery of the victims of the Nazi crimes. The remains of the Polish civilians, including 218 asylum patients, were exhumed in 2021 to 2024 from a number of separate mass graves on the outskirts of Koinitsa. Among them were teachers, priests, police officers, forestry and postal workers, and landowners. And on sports, the Nigeria Football Federation has named Enugu Rangers head coach Fidelis Ilechukwu and Daniel Ogunmodede of Remo Stars to assist Super Eagles interim manager Augustine Eguavoin to lead the Super Eagles against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic and the Amavubi of Rwanda in their 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying matches this month. In a statement released by the Director of Communications at Demola Olajire, the NFF says the two coaches were selected by Eguavoin. Ilechukwu led the Flying Antelopes to triumph in Nigeria's elite division last season, with Ogunmodede's Remo Stars in second place. This development comes amid reactions to the last-minute selection of Eguavoin after German tactician Bruno Labbadia rejected the offer of coaching the Super Eagles just days before the AFCON qualifiers. Well, that's it on News Now. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.